let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to an edition of the Farmer Cigar Deck Talks. We're back on the deck. Glorious. I'm definitely switching up the days I shoot these videos based on the weather. How you guys doing? I'm doing great tonight. What are we smoking? What are we drinking? We got an old friend here. That sun is really kind of bleaching out, but it is Barber Pole. Had a closed foot, so you got to burn through that. One of my favorite cigars, Barber Pole cigars with a closed foot. Good old no name. I don't know who it's from, who makes it. Absolutely delicious cigar. I'm enjoying it, and I know I will. That is kind of my go-to cigar. What are we drinking tonight? You can kind of see it. La Chanel Distillery Straits Rum. This is the one I'm not going to take full credit, of course, but I've been pestering these guys pretty much since they started brewing and distilling. They really need themselves a good high-quality rum. Is it high quality? It's good. I can drink it straight. I can drink it neat. I don't mind it. A little bit of that rubbing alcohol flavor. Not bad, though. Not overpowering. A little fruity, a little harsh, just that hint of rubbing alcohol. If they could just maybe filter it one more time, or instead of column still, maybe pot still it. It would do wonders, I say, for their rum. But you gotta try something new, right? We talked about that last week. And since it is the rum I so dutifully asked for, I pick it up and drink it straight, because you gotta drink what you get, right? You drink what you ask for. Careful what you ask for. That's always the old adage. So I do enjoy it, though. It is nice. So tonight, with our hard liquor and cigar talks on the deck, do something kind of goofy. Something came up. I was sitting in work, talking with my fellow co-workers, and we're kind of having a goofy meeting where they're getting more and more of these ones when you do remote meetings, where you kind of have goofy topics. Well, we were talking about pajamas. I know, right? And they wanted to know about how many pajamas you own, how often you wash them. Do you wash them every night? Do you reuse them? It was a huge discussion. It was spurred on by a news article my boss found talking about the pros and cons of washing your pajamas every night. So anyway, we got discussing. We tried to take our turn, kind of defend our position and whatnot. A lot of the people I work with have multitudes of pajamas. Most of them justified that they take a shower before bed, so they didn't have to wash their pajamas. Came to me, and I said, well, until recently, I owned one pair of pajamas. Just some pajama pants and a nice pajama shirt. And they were all kind of horrified and shocked as to, they thought I was being the typical male, or I just sleep in my birthday suit. I said, no, you gotta understand. I do sleep in clothes. I said, but, I kind of thought about, why don't I wear more pajamas, have more pajamas? It then dawned on me the reason is because of EMS. Being on call constantly and at work, when I work night shifts, you didn't put on pajamas, because taking them off and changing into your uniform was a bit of a process. You chewed up time. So I would wear my duty undershirt, my underwear, of course, and socks. Socks, give or take, sometimes I wouldn't sleep in those, but a lot of times I would to save time. Then I'd line them up. You'd have work shirt, pants, socks, boots, in that order. So when the tones dropped, you could throw your work shirt on as you sat up, slip your legs in your pants, jump up, pull those on, slip on your socks, slip on your duty boots, and go. It was lined up. That's how I always had it. Even at home, I'd line them up depending on what was going on if I was on call. Because if I could get out of the house quick enough, I could save a life. They find that, it's not driving 100 miles per hour that saves lives. It's cutting down on that auxiliary time. So cutting down on getting to the rig, making it more efficient, clearing pathways, cutting down on getting dressed in night shift. They found drastically increased your response times, or decreased your response times, got you there quicker. So that was always part of my life. Even when I wasn't on duty, I slept in clothes and had my pants situated in a manner so I could get them on quick and go. Even to this day, I still do that. One of the ladies who was in our meeting, in a kind of tearful, sad voice, said, "That is the most depressing thing I've ever heard. That your job actually dictated your civilian life." It is very interesting. I didn't really realize until this conversation came up that, yeah, even the clothes I wear to bed, my pajamas, were dictated by my career, how I slept. Now, I do know there's lots of things that I do to this day that are a product of my EMS career, are a direct result of me being on the ambulance. That was a new one, though. That one kind of shocked me. Really shocked me that this woman was basically in tears. She thought it was the greatest travesty beholden to any man, woman, or child that I had to suffer through having no pajamas, essentially. I didn't think much of it until it was brought up. And it was quite shocking that I didn't ever realize that I dressed and wore certain clothes. I did get thinking, it's very true. Like, until I got married, all my clothes were EMS or fire-based. One of the first interviews I went to that was not on an ambulance, I actually wore a dress shirt for one of the ambulance companies I worked for. A dressier shirt. It was a dressier polo, but it's still a dress shirt. Everything I owned at before I got married had EMS or fire logos on it. It was fire specific. Had I not gotten married, I probably would still be wearing that stuff. It's interesting what we let affect our lives. How our work can define us and direct us. And what we do for a living. It's interesting. Thought-provoking that, how much EMS has changed and altered my life. And how I need to work to pull it back to a sense of normalcy. And to a fashion that is not solely dictated by a profession that I have backed away from significantly. But anyway, I'm getting kind of deep here. It's the delicious cigar, of course, and toting down on some of this Straits rum. I'm going to sit here and contemplate the ether and the ever expanse of the universe, and just how much I would have been different had I not been in EMS. But mostly I'm just going to smoke my cigar, watch the sunset, listen to the beautiful river and birds chirping away, and and hope that you guys are staying safe out there. You come back next week, because we're going to see you on the next one.